Hey, what's up, everybody? It's fucking Thursday. How are you? It's Friday Eve. Are you ready to enjoy your weekend? Because I know I am. This week has been crazy, and I hope it only gets better because this shit is just insane. Um, yeah, I don't know what else to say. That's pretty much it. So, happy fucking Thursday, and let's get the show started.
There's a system in place to keep us in chains. By show of hands, who else is sick and tired of the same? 1% trying to keep us small, trying to keep us from getting out. Minimizing the struggles they've caused, saying we're not working hard enough.
We really should stop this fighting. Otherwise, we'll miss the fireworks.
There won't be any fireworks.
And here we go.
And welcome everybody to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome, Derek. How the fuck are you doing today on this Thursday, June 10th of the year that is 2021? Happy Friday Eve, happy Thursday. It is almost a weekend. I'm glad you made it this far because you only got 1.5 days left, or 1 day left, however you want to look at it. But either way, we've made it through the week. On to another one. So, everybody having a good one? Let's get through this. Let's do this. Let's have some fun. Because today, I got another artist brought to you by Hood and Associates and the Binge TV Awards. A gentleman that has worked with such huge artists such as Fat Joe, and is also nominated for Artist of the Year for the Binge TV Awards. So let's get right to it. From New York, the gentleman known as Ahmedy. What's going on?
What's going on? Nothing much, man. How you doing, man?
You know, I'm doing pretty all right. Pretty all right.
Sir, bringing all that energy, I see.
I try to bring the energy. You know, it is what it is. It's a Thursday. I'm kind. It's at the end of the week, and I'm tired. But I know Friday's tomorrow, so it's like got to go back and forth on it. So it's like one of those things.
Of course.
So how's everything been going for you, man?
Honestly, man, everything's been good, man. It's just going through these times we're going through is difficult, studio time and just performances and everything is definitely one of the hardest times to be a musician, but also it's the best time to market yourself. Since everybody's on the internet, everybody just trying to listen to music and just figure out new stuff, which is real cool, especially just for advertising yourself and promotional purposes. But just trying to get this new music out there. I'm trying to release some stuff next month. We got the award show coming, so I'm just trying to keep the energy good on the way to it.
Yeah, and you're up for Artist of the Year. So what was that like getting nominated for that?
That's actually this is my first time ever being nominated for anything, and I've been doing music for quite a while, almost like 15 years now, and I'm only 25. So it's actually it's really wild, and I'm blessed to have the opportunity and stuff. Definitely worked hard for it. Definitely, deserving of the opportunity. And I appreciate everybody at Hood Associates for realizing that. So we're definitely on the verge of something, man. Trying to figure this whole thing out.
But do you ever really figure it out? you know what I'm saying?
I don't think nobody really has it figured out until like, what can I say? It's like until the bag comes in, like until it's like crazy, until it's matched like hysteria or something.
Yeah, but even then, I think it's still an ever constant learning battle. Because you're constantly having to keep up with the times. You're constantly having to change. What worked 15 years ago, what worked 10 years ago, what worked 5 years ago doesn't work anymore.
Oh, yeah. Definitely the time to change it. You have to, like, understand, especially in this genre of hip-hop, like, it's not, like, when I started off, I was always about, like, how the general rules of everything, how hip-hop was. Like, I was trying to keep everything as a certain style. And back then, that's when like Drake was just coming out. this is like 2008, 2007. So a lot of artists that are like popular and like everybody's like respecting like 10 years in the game and stuff. Like I was rapping at those times, and it's like just ridiculous to see how like the things have changed. But it also makes you grow as an artist because the shit sounds good. You can't knock it, like the new sound. Yeah, some people may not like it, especially like the older rap heads and stuff. Can't knock it, so I just try to adjust to everything. But also stay true to like lyrical, stay true to like myself. It's all adapting to everything is just different. But it's another challenge that just keep it going.
Yeah,
not just making music. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, especially in today's day and age where anyone can buy a decent gaming computer, go out and then pay $150 a month or $250 for, fucking Pro Tools and create as many beats as they want and put out as many songs as they want, whether they're good or not, but it's flooding the market. And, and people like that are kind of killing the music business for everybody else, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's definitely true. And I know people personally, like they have their own studios and stuff, amazing quality. They just don't have like they can like, either do like the engineering aspect of it and the producing part, but they're not willing to do the rapping part. And like I always just imagine if I had my own personal in-home studio, I would just be releasing songs every day. Like that's number one. I mean, people are doing this stuff. It's all about like. I feel like, I don't know everything, but I know some things, and I know if you're consistent and you're dropping music for your fans, like the more the merrier. Like that's the most like important part. As like just growing right now. Like you said, things are not like how it was, 5 years ago, 10 years ago, and that's business. That's everything right now.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's the way we consumed music 5 years ago. Apple was just really kind of starting to take off as far as streaming. Spotify really was just starting to take off as streaming. 10 years ago, we really didn't even have streaming. It was still MP3s and downloads and upload your CDs to your phone and everything else like that. So, within the last 10 years, it's changed a lot. Nowadays, you can't even find a CD anymore. Now you can go to the fucking Walmart and buy a damn record. It's like, what happened here? It's odd. But at the same time, it's allowed people to get your music easier. Instead of having to wait at Sam Goody at midnight for a CD release, now they can just wait it for midnight, hit that plus button on their Spotify or whatever, and now they have it forever. So, it's one of those things where if you're in the front of the people, they're going to take it. They're going to at least listen to it once. And that's all it really takes is just one person listening to it one time, just to, whether they like it or not, they at least listen to it. Before, they had to buy the whole thing to discover they didn't like it. Now they can pick and choose one song. And I'm not saying that, that's how everybody's doing it, but it's better that way because at least the good artists are getting that one hit saying, okay, maybe I do like this. And then the other artists aren't, getting that one hit and go, oh, I don't like this. So it's a lot easier to be, criticized, but it's also a lot easier to be found.
Of course, yeah. And yeah, like those streaming sites, they always help. Like with people that already like follow you or new followers, they always give out a notification and say, "Hey, you should check this out." And usually people just tap just to listen. It's definitely a different time, but I'm here for it. I'm ready for it. Everything has to come, really. Nothing to it, man.
So, how did you get hooked up and work with Fat Joe last year?
Oh, that was actually crazy. And during the pandemic, it's like I got actually pretty lucky, honestly. What I did was I was at work I was working at a factory last year, and I was just on break, like 10-minute break, just hitting my vape and shit. And he's on live, so I was like, "Fuck it, let me just spam this request button." And then he actually accepted me. It was on accident. I could tell it was on accident because he was like, "I'm gonna get my man in here," and he's looking for someone he knows. He clicked my name, and all I really did was just talk to him, chop it up with him, let him know. Like I didn't even tell him I made music till the end. And then he DM'd me, was talking about like opportunities and stuff, and he wanted to work with me. So I just worked on the song I was gonna release with Hood Association, which I actually did, and he had it first. And what he did was he put it on this tape and like hosted it for me. And after that, like even now, like he's just a humble guy. Like I'll just message him here and then, and he'll just like tell me little things like, "Yo, keep going, brother. You're great, brother." Like it's cool to have that insight. And even although I never met him or anything, just knowing that someone who's been in the game for so long like appreciates what I'm doing. That's a big like motivation for me right there, and it's another reason for me to just keep proving myself.
Yeah, and you know, I talked to this subject yesterday to another interview, but you know, that motivation factor to keep going can be hard sometimes. Especially with what we just talked about as far as how fast people consume, content these days. It's a lot easier to be critiqued. It's a lot easier to be criticized. And the amount of hate that, we all get, whether it's me, whether it's you, whether it's Bob down the street, we all get hate daily. I mean, let's be real. If you're a content creator, you get hate daily. I don't care what kind of content you produce. If you're a content creator, you get hate daily. So you've got to find that motivation. You've got to find that reason to keep going on. I can't tell you the amount of, emails and texts and DMs I get on a daily basis telling me how much I suck. That's cool. I appreciate you. Let me know, because the more you hate me, the more you're thinking about me. So keep doing that, and that's how I look at it. But there's a lot of other people who don't take it that well. They take it personally and just give up on everything. And next thing you know, they're 90 years old trying out for America's Got Talent just before they die. We've all seen that. I mean, everyone's turned on America's Got Talent and seen this 80-year-old, 70-year-old person sitting there going, "This is my final shot. I gave up on it for 50 years, and now I'm doing it again." And everyone's seen that. None of us want to be in that predicament. So, you having that Fat Joe motivation has got to be huge for you.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of things that were like, blocking my motivation, and I would like to it's crazy how you say that, because it's so true, and it's like sometimes I won't even have the drive to just think about the music. Like I won't even listen to the songs that I just did, just because of I think I'm just getting in my own head, I'll release certain songs and just all different sounds just to see what people like most, and it could be just as stupid as me just showing someone before I dropped it, one of my friends, be like, "Yo, if they like it but they're not feeling it as much as I was, I know I got to change something. I know I got to do something to it, because I can't just be the only person who thinks this is good. I don't want to be that guy. I always stand behind what I do, but I always got to make sure to correct my stuff, because this motivation, it'll be here. It comes and it goes, and when I have it, I'll try to write as much songs as I can. So even if I'm not motivated, I go to the studio. I've got those songs written. I know what to do. And when you're not really getting the numbers that you're seeing other people that have made it, obviously when you're not getting those kind of numbers, it kind of it's not going to happen, but you expect a little better than what you really get. But it comes when it comes, I guess. It's a very patient game when you're trying to make it in this music business, especially when people, everyone in the world probably makes music.
Yeah, and looking at the numbers sometimes isn't always the best thing, because that does kill the morale of it. Because you can put out 50 songs, I could put out 100 podcasts, I can play 100 comedy shows, and you could play 100 live events, and 99 of them could be hated, but then all it takes is one, to be, that's it. That was the one, and now something's happening. So, the numbers don't always really matter. It matters about how people, receive it, because like you said, or like we both just said, the market is flooded, and sometimes it's not easy to be found. Maybe one song might be easy to be found, but the rest of you might not be. Yeah. So, the numbers don't always matter, but just because all it takes is that one time,
Definitely, that's also a common thing here in music. All it takes is that one song. Try to build up that one song, and that's gonna take you afar. And it happened for everyone. Everyone had that one song, and then eventually they're, people want more from them. So been trying to work on that one. I mean, I believe I already have that one. It's also what I'm nominated for. It's called Summertime. It's on all platforms. This is a different record, a fun record. And Like now that I'm a little older, I can like put things together myself. Like it's not only just the music, the creativeness. I can just add like so much certain things to it, and just put my own spin on pretty much everything, man. I'm trying to flood the market. I'm trying to be that guy who's putting out those songs all day. Click whatever the hell you want as long as it has my name on it. But it's just, you know, I just try to stay myself and just never forget who I am when I'm doing this stuff. Because at the end of the day, you have to be true to yourself. And you can't just I mean, like a lot of people, what they do, they follow into the same flows as what's going on just to try to get relevant. Remixes and stuff. I used to do remixes all the time. Remixes is also a good way to get that attention, but I can't sit. I don't know if I could do any of that stuff like where I'm just basically not myself, like where I'm just trying to like copy someone else's stuff to get that clout, as they say.
Yeah. Now, with that being said, I've had this conversation a bunch of times because mainly I deal with rock guys. I mainly deal with rock bands, and that's 90% of my content is rock. So when I talk to a rap artist or hip hop artist, it's very rare for me because I'm not the rap guy. I'm not the hip hop guy. I never have been and I never will be. And that's not a shot on you or the industry in any which way, shape, or form. It's just who I am. You know, I've listened to Summertime. I enjoy the song. You know, so you know, you did a great job with that, and I'll acknowledge that. But let's be real. Am I gonna, you know, spin all your tunes in my car? Probably not. But I did enjoy your song. And so, you know what? And you're also a cool ass fucking guy. So, you know what? There's nothing wrong with that. So I would be, you know, personally happy to call you a friend. So, you know, but that's just how I am. But back to what I was saying. As far as like what I've been talking about with the rock guys is what I've been noticing a lot lately is these things called not so much a remix, but a thing called a reimagining, where they take basically just the lyrics of a song and completely redo it from scratch and pay homage to the original. But completely, the only thing that's really the same is the lyrics. The melody is different. Even the way it's sung is different. You know, you might sing in, you know, 4 counts or 6 counts when it was originally sung in 3s, however you want to do it. And it's so much different. So, like, that whole reimagining thing has been getting a lot of play. At least on the rock side, because what's happening is it's getting noticed by the original artist, and they're going, wow, that was my song? Holy crap. So, you know, while you say, you know, and this is not necessarily advice for you, this is for everybody listening at home who's trying to get in that spot. You know, while you might say, you know, doing a remix isn't you, and that's cool, but somebody at home sitting there going, you know, that reimagining thing might be. Do what's you. You know what I'm saying? Do you. Like you're just saying now, do you. Be yourself. But if you want to try that reimagining thing, that is something that's talent, because right there you've got to say, I've got to put that entire everything out of my head. Even though it's probably still there playing in the back of your head going, I know how this song goes, and you've got to completely forget it. And it takes a true artist to do something like that. So, you know, there's other ways of doing the remixes and, you know, covers or whatever you want to call them. So, you know, while that might not be you, it could be somebody at home. So don't put yourself in a box, guys. Just be yourself. Yeah, just be yourself.
Most definitely. I only said that about the remixes because when I first started, that's what I was always doing. Mm-hmm. And I just noticed that I was constantly, like, whenever I was doing those remixes, I know I had to stay in a certain box. Correct. To keep that song the way what it was as a remix. But the reimagining, I 100% get where you're coming from, because I actually did a few songs where I was on a project I did where I did like that. I forgot who sung the song. That old song "Beautiful." It's like a real classic song. You're beautiful. That song is
Macy Gray.
No, not Macy Gray.
Not Macy Gray. No, who is that?
It's
a dude. What's his name?
Yeah,
he has the same voice as Macy Gray, though. They sound very similar. What is that song?
It's called Beautiful, or maybe You're Beautiful.
James Blunt.
That's who it was.
Yep.
I remember because the Blunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Why'd I say Macy Gray? I'm stupid.
That's crazy. I actually, you know, obviously that's not a hip hop song. Bryan Adams' "Heaven," that's not a hip hop song, and Ain't No Mountain High Enough, that old song. I did newer songs on hip hop beats, and like just like it's the same, like you said, it's the hook where the chorus I'll keep it original to the same lyrics, and then I would just like rap my verses. But yeah, that I'm gonna look into that reimagining stuff. I gotta check out a few of those songs because that's actually a dope concept. And,
yeah, I've heard metal versions of WAP.
Okay, now we talking about new records. Now that's crazy.
Oh, dude, I'm dead ass serious. I've heard metal versions of Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball. These people don't care.
So hard though.
Dude, it hit hard and hit different, man. I heard it for like the first time the other day. It's by a band called August Burns Red, and I was like, at first I'm like, what the fuck song is this? And I'm listening to it, I'm like, this is pretty badass. And then I looked at my screen, I was like, oh my god, because again, it was one of those times where it was complete original. Obviously, it was metal, but you know, you recognize the lyrics, but you don't recognize anything else about it. That's like a true reimagining. If you can pull that off, dude, you're a great artist, man. So yeah, I mean, but back to what you're saying though, it's all about, like you said, staying true to yourself. And if what you did in the beginning just to make a name for yourself, you know, isn't who you are, then why even bother to continue to do that? You know, I just mentioned Miley Cyrus. She's not a pop queen. She's not a hip hop queen. She's a hardcore rocker at heart and always has been, but it's been so overproduced and told, this is what you have to do. This is what you have to do to make money and be famous. And she listened. And now she's like, fuck you guys. I'm doing my own thing. And sometimes it takes that, you know, a little extra bump. So, you know, and sometimes you have to become supremely famous for that to happen. But at the same time, then you're kind of like, are people going to accept you if you change? Are people going to think differently about you if you change? Or are they completely going to accept you? So, you know, but at the same time, if you figure out who you are now before you go that super mega star route, you're going to be better off for it.
Because, you know, a lot of talk, like, I got like I call them like my OGs, like some older people like that. I know that give me advice and everything. They're not involved in the music business, but what they would always try to tell me, like their preference. Mind you, these guys are like used to like the '90s rap, early 2000s. That's when they stopped listening to fucking music. So, you know, they always tell me, yo, you got to do that hard shit. You got to do that hard shit. You got to tell them what, you know, what the streets are like. You got to tell them what this is like. And I do on some records. There's always a time and place. Like when I feel like, oh, like I'll listen to a record and I'll do the beat and I'll be like, I know a song already. I'm gonna do to this kind of beat when I hear it. So I do those records, you know, and I pour my heart into one of those like whenever I can. But also I like doing other kinds of music. And they just say, no, all that singing shit, all that auto-tune shit you be doing, you can do that after you get famous. But right now, do that street shit. I was like, man, you're not gonna sit here and try to tell me what to do because I know I know more on what's gonna work. Like,
yeah,
there's time and place for everything.
I think today, now more than ever, you know, the whole idea of being a genre-based artist is kind of dying away. You know what I'm saying? I think the more eclectic you are with your music, the better off you're gonna be. If you can put out a EP, you know, and call yourself a hip hop artist, you can still call yourself a hip hop artist all day long. But if you put out an EP that's one is a straight, you know, hip hop song, and then you have another one that's an R&B song, and then you throw in a rock jam to it, and then you go an old gangster rap style. And, you know, each EP, like a 5-song on that EP, is a different thing for different people and a different way to, you know, attract new artists. As long as you're staying true to yourself, that's all that matters. So I think you're on the right track with that. You know, doing a bunch of different styles of music is the way to go. You know, because it's kind of a palate cleanser sometimes. Because if you're listening to a full 5 EP track or even a full album, which I don't think anyone should do anymore these days, but that's just me. If you're hearing the same type of music on every single song, it kind of starts to run together. You kind of, you know, start losing who that person is because it sounds like other artists at that point. But if you can change it up and have a palate cleanser song in there every other one and just, you know, whatever the case might be, or change it up every single song, somebody's gonna be like, wow, this is interesting. And it just shows you who you are as an artist too, because I mean, if you're that eclectic and that gifted of an artist where you can pull that kind of something off, more power to you, you know?
Most definitely, man. Just that's why I like that word artist. Like I don't solidify myself. If I had to, I would definitely say the hip hop like genre, but I just pay myself as an artist because I'll make a rap song, but like the beat will change in the hook, and it'll be like a rock vibe, and I used to listen to that. You know, I still do. Like whenever the radio comes on, I won't personally know the names of the songs or anything, but like I'll sing along because I know that what that song is. That shit goes hard. Like it's just trying to balance everything, but I try not to go too much into different things. But if I feel like that sound sounds good on that part of the record, I'm definitely gonna go for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
For whatever
I mean, look at guys like, you know, Ice-T, for example. You know, the dude was one of the, you know, biggest gangster rappers of the millennia, and also has a metal band, you know, a Body Count. You know, or look at what who was it? Public Enemy. You know, Public Enemy was the first rap artist to do a rap rock song with the band Anthrax in the late 80s. You know, what's wrong with that? Absolutely nothing. You know, I love seeing that kind of stuff. I love seeing a country artist do a metal song in a slow ballad type of thing. I love seeing, you know, a metal artist do a pop song, or a pop artist try to do a rap song. You know, I love seeing that kind of stuff because it just shows range.
Definitely. Like also like tied to that, like probably like I think 2002 or 2003, like Nelly did that song with Tim McGraw. The All in My Head, like that was definitely different. That I think that personally for rap, that helped a lot of people start to, like, you know, want to get into that stuff. Because like now a lot of rappers now, well, the younger guys, when they're asked often in their interviews who are their influences and stuff, some of the times they'll never name a rapper, and it's like they'll just say like a few rock bands or like, you know, and it's just crazy, you know. But it just shows you like, man, okay, these guys have a background of this, and now imagine what they can do in the studio when it comes time. Like,
yeah, I mean, look at like Post Malone. You know, every time you listen to an interview with that guy in his tour bus, he's listening to Slayer or Megadeth in his you know, or the complete opposite when you talk to bands like Korn. They talk about nothing but rap artists. You know, it goes back and forth. It's amazing what just because you're good at doing something doesn't mean that's what you stay in all the time. That's not what you listen to outside of that. And I think talking about that even more, just like you saying, I don't know all these bands, but I know their songs. You know, talking about it as a rap artist helps out other genres, which in turn helps you out because they're like, oh, so this guy just doesn't do rap, and he's not that, you know, blindsided rap guy. Now look, oh shit, he knows this song or that song, and he talks about liking that kind of stuff. It really kind of opens up you to a whole new thing too, and then it also helps out the other guys as well because now you're talking about a rock artist or a pop artist or whatever you're talking about as a rap guy or hip hop guy. And then it helps the whole music industry as a whole. So, you know, that whole, you know, these walls that we've put up over the years between rap, R&B, you know, punk music, rock music, metal, you know, all these different walls. Let's knock them all down and let's have some fun with it.
Yeah, I definitely think we're going to see a lot more of that in the next few years. It's all going to happen.
Yeah.
Like, we're damn near speaking into existence here.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, like I just said, you know, a couple minutes ago, I am one of those guys with those blinders on. If it wasn't for my show, my podcast, I probably would have never even heard about you. Yeah. I probably would have never heard about all the other rappers and hip hop artists and stuff like that I've talked to. Hell, I probably would have never even heard of some of these indie rock bands that I've talked to on my show because I just have my eyes set on what I know, what I like. And that's what's in my Amazon playlist, and that's what I listen to. But I'm not the only one that's like that, and it's like that in every single genre. So, but I've appreciated talking to people like you and talking to other people like, you know, others that are outside of what I listen to, because it, you know, keeps me up to date on what is good and what's not. But then at the same time, it allows me to expand my horizons and really kind of appreciate something that I've, you know, never really truly appreciated.
Yeah, most definitely.
So, what's your plan for the rest of the year? Things are starting to open back up. Do you have any shows planned? Or are you gonna continue to just work on stuff in the studio? What's going on with you?
Honestly, I'm just right now. I'm like, I got a whole bunch of songs in the vault right now. I'm just ready to release them. Just trying to figure out the way how I'm gonna go about releasing these songs. Like, I was gonna do an EP with a few tracks on it, but I think just going like drop a few singles and stuff for now. Honestly, I'm just trying to keep working, and then I believe after like towards the end of the summer, that's when I'm gonna start opening myself out to do performances and stuff, just because safety reasons and stuff, and hopefully by then, it's gonna be easier. Cause like now in New York State, we're almost to the point where everything is almost at 100% now after like reopening, and I'm just waiting on that stuff, because I mean, especially from like a person like myself, I'm gonna have to do like my own shows. I'm gonna have to like promote my own self. I gotta make sure that when I do get those, if I'm doing it locally, if I get those permits in certain places or whatever I want to do, I gotta just make sure the safety precautions are right before I do anything, before I get to planning anything. Other than that, of course, I can't wait to be back outside with everybody, and just it's really hard to plan those kind of events when I'm doing it myself right now. Like when but yeah, man. Right now I'm just gonna keep working on this music, come up with more shit as much as I can come up with, and just give people what they want. Honestly, that's all I'm worried about. And the Binge TV Awards, that's what we excited about, man.
Yeah. Well, good luck to you at the Binge TV Awards. I'm up for Podcast of the Year, so good luck to you, man. It's going to be a big night. It's the first annual Binge TV Awards. It's already sold out. You can stream it live on Binge TV July 29th. Check it out. It's a great streaming service. Check that out. The links are down below for everything that Ahmedy does, including his song Summertime. Check that out. And give him a follow on all the socials, which are linked down below as well. Dude, I wish you nothing but the best, brother. Because I mean, like I said, you've got some talent, brother, and I love the way you approach music and life. So my hat's off to you, bro.
Much appreciated, man. It's good talking to you. Good luck to you as well.
All right, man. And for everybody else, thank you so much for joining us on this Thursday. We really, truly appreciate it. Stay happy, stay healthy, stay heavy. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.